Hey everybody, Jeremy here. Today I'm going to show you how to properly clean and maintain the Casabrews 5700 espresso machine. Now this is a pretty involved machine. It's got its own grinder on top. You can grind your own coffee beans. You can froth milk over on the side, and you have a pretty sizable water tank on the back. And because of that, you need to make sure that you can take care of it regularly so that it can continue to provide you with great espressos for years to come. So first, let's start with the grinder. So on top, we have the container in which you place your coffee beans. But when it's time to clean it, you need to remove it. And to do that is very easy. All you have to do is grab it and give it a good turn, and it tells you where it's locked and when it's unlocked. So just continue to turn it until this lifts right off. If you got coffee beans on the inside of this like I do, you can decide what you want to do with them. If they're still fresh, just put them somewhere where you can reuse them, or if they've been in there for a little while or you want to switch out beans, you can just toss these, compost them, whatever it is that you want to do. And now we have to look towards the grinder, which is right here. So the next thing that we need to do is remove this part here, which you just simply push it up and it clicks right out of place. So move that out of the way. And then you can see that on the very bottom of the machine, on the underside, there is a red button. And what you need to do is press and hold this red button while turning this part here, just like this, turning it clockwise. And then with it still pressed, and while you're still turning it clockwise, you'll feel it start to release. And when it does, you can simply slide it out just like this. Now, chances are you're going to have some coffee beans left over in there. So just like the container, if you want to use these, you can put them somewhere and get ready to reuse them. Or if you're done, you can just toss them. Now for this next part, you want to make sure that you have like some paper towels down or just something, because you're going to have to turn this upside down and any residual powder or anything will start to spill out from this opening here. So make sure that you have that all set. And then you look towards the bottom, and that's where this powder connector is located. So we need to take this off. So simply give that a twist. This comes right off, and you'll see that there's powder in there. So we need to take a brush, we need to clean this, and we need to clean this as well. And once you've cleaned out all of that powder, you just have to take this piece here, stick it right back on the bottom, give it a twist till it's locked in place, and then we're going to put this right back into the machine. So make sure that it's right side up, just like that. And we're going to stick it back in here, and you're going to make sure that it is all the way up just like that, and then turn the dial counterclockwise and continue to turn it until you can feel it lock into place just like that. And now it is good to go, and we're just going to set it right back to where it was before. Push it down and have that lock into place. And then we can just take the container and put it right back here and lock it into place just like that. And now the grinder is clean. The container for the coffee beans is now clean. Now we can move on to the rest of the machine. So now we're going to move on to the brew head. First, I'm going to remove the portafilter. And if you look underneath, you'll see a screen there, and that screen has to be clean. You can just take a damp cloth and just wipe that screen clean. You can see that there's some coffee grounds right there. So just give that a good wipe down. And once you do that, you can reinstall the portafilter, turn the machine on if it's not on already. And about once a week, you should also run a flushing cycle. And here's how you do it. First, take yourself an empty cup, and we're going to put it right underneath here. And then you're also going to take the steam wand and you're going to put it right over the grate, just like that. And now from the menu, we're just going to push this button here, and then we're going to turn this knob all the way down to flush. right here. And also the water tank in the back, it is filled with nice, fresh, clean water. And now just hit flush. And now that brings us to the steam wand. Now, whenever you use this to froth milk, you need to make sure that as soon as you're done, you clean this both inside and out. You clean the outside by taking a damp cloth or paper towel like this, make sure that it's wet, and then just clean the nozzle just like that. That's going to remove any milk residue that might be left on it. But there could also be milk residue left within the wand. So what you need to do at that point is just take it, place it over the grate, and then you can move to the side and turn the dial to steam ready, and you're going to see a flashing light. And once that flashing light is done, you're going to take the knob, move it down to steam, and the steam is going to start pouring out of that wand. Let it do that for a few seconds to get rid of that residual milk, and then turn the knob to the off position. And now that steam wand has been cleaned on the outside and on the inside. And that's going to bring us to our final step, which is descaling. And it is recommended that you descale the machine about once a month. Now you can find a descaler just about anywhere. You just go into your favorite store and you'll be able to find it. You need to follow the directions that's on your particular bottle of descaler. This one, for example, says that I need to use 1 ounce of descaler for every 16 ounces of water inside the tank. This has a 91 ounce tank. So for me, it's going to be somewhere between 5 to 6 ounces of this descaling solution that's going to be put in this tank, and the tank is filled to the maximum fill line. So now I'm going to take my descaling solution and I'm going to pour it into the water reservoir on the back. And now I need to take a couple of cups and I need to put 1 cup underneath the brew head, just like that. And then I need to put another cup right under the steam wand, about right there. Now let's take a look at the machine's screen on the front. Now, in order to reach the descaling option, we have to press the menu button, which is right here. And then I'm going to turn this little knob until we get to descale. So you can see where it is right now. It's on double shot, but we're just going to keep on turning it until we reach descale. And then once we do that, we're going to just press this in. And it's going to start the descaling process. So you'll need to be patient because the descaling process takes several minutes. And if you're using small cups like I am, then you're going to have to empty those cups a few different times to prevent them from overflowing. But once it's all done, you take your cups with the water inside and you can simply pour them out. But we're not done with them yet. You need to put them right back into position because now we need to run the descaling process again. But this time we're going to do it with clean water. So we're going to take the water tank from the back of the machine. And as you can probably see, we are now pretty much at the minimum fill line. And I need to take this, pour out this water, give this a good rinse, and then fill it back up with fresh, clean water all the way to the max fill line and go right back into the menu, go back to the descaling function and start the whole process all over again. But once that's done and you empty out the cups for a second time and you take this and rinse it out and you can fill this back up with water, the descaling process will be done and the machine will be ready to use again. So that is how you clean and maintain your Casabrews 5700Pro. It's not difficult to do and it doesn't take a whole lot of time outside of the descaling process that you only have to do once per month. But if you do these things and you do them regularly, then your machine is going to remain nice and reliable for a long time to come.